Okay, hello. This is my first video, and I'm going to attempt to record and put up all the process of how to build a wooden ship, a wooden hull ship, plank on frame, I think it would be called. It is going to be the Endeavour by Amati, the 180 scale, and all made out of wood, of course. And it's only my second ship, so I won't be able to teach everything. I'm not planning on trying to make videos teaching. Just do my best to make it the best way I can. Okay? So the next thing I'll try to do is show what the content of the box brings. Okay, this is what's in the box. It brings an instruction booklet. It's in Italian because Amati is an Italian company. Although it also brings the translation in English of each one of the parts, as well as the list of materials, the list of rigging, which is all here, but obviously in Italian. Some of the extra tools that it brings. It brings block for sanding, a contour sander, clamp, as well as a hammer, and I think some tweezers. Okay. The instructions start with the main mast and the boom, and then it goes on to building the frame, the main frame of the boat. I'm going to have to learn some of the vocabulary since I'm not a sailor, so I really don't know it. But I will try to learn it and say it as I go along. Then it goes on to putting the deck, sanding it, and then covering it with the planking. This ship has two planks, double planked, to make it nice, although part of it will be painted, but the bottom part will be left in the wood finish. Then here it goes on to planking the deck, and then painting it, finding the water line, and then all the cabin and the hatchets that are on the deck. Okay, and then obviously it gives you a layout of where everything has to be put on the deck, and then onto the rigging, the standing rigging, and then the sails. That's pretty much all the instructions. It also brings a copy of a parts list of all the laser cut pieces. Pretty simple and straightforward to try and figure them out. Okay, one of the pieces is 1 millimeter and the other one is 4 millimeters. So pretty simple and straightforward. The ship is pretty simple. As you see, it's only one 4 millimeter piece here with the bulkheads and the keel. Here are more pieces, as well as a little stand which looks like an anchor, somewhat original. I don't know if I'll use that or I'll use another stand. And then the 1 millimeter pieces are the deck and the pieces of the cabin. The end part, more of the different cabin and portholes, the front, and more parts. Okay. It also brings the cloth with the sails pre-printed. I don't know if I will use this one or I'll try to make my own with thinner cloth, depending on what it looks like at the end. Okay. It also does bring other bits and pieces, which are the plans, and the plans are pretty large. I don't think I can fit them on here. They are 1-to-1 apparently, and obviously here you have the main mast and other parts, the boom, as well as a small outline with the details of what piece is which on the laser cut. Okay? And finally there is a huge one, which I'm going to try to get it here to be able to see it, although I don't know if it is very possible to cover the view. It's just a view of the deck on a 1-to-1 scale, where it tells you where everything goes and all the holes that have to be made for the different parts to go on, and obviously a side view and a view of the mast with the different configuration. Here you can see the water line very clearly, and to make all that clear. That is basically all the hardware that it brings, with plans and wood. It also does bring the wood for the planking, the different bundles, very clearly marked. Here you have the hull planking, which, if I remember correctly, is 1x3, I think instructions say, millimeters. This is the first planking. Then the second hull planking, which is 0.5 millimeters by 3 as well, and obviously it's in a different color. It's walnut. I'll give it a nice finishing color for the part that will not be painted. And here is the deck planking. It's all pretty well indicated. These, I think, are only 2x1 millimeter. Hopefully they'll be enough. And then there's a bundle of assorted bits and pieces to make the mast, the boom, and different little parts, including brass rods for different parts that have to be put together. Finally, it also brings the little bits and pieces that have to go on the ship. Well, it's kind of hard to open, but you do have the small nails, hinges, eye bolts, another type of eye bolt, the cleats, all that in here, together with thread. And on this other one, it brings, well, the wheel, the wheelhouse, some blocks, like portholes, and some photo etch that will go on the different parts of the cabins mainly. And that pretty much is the whole ship. Again, it brought some tools with it, which you can see on the box. I already have some of my own, so I might use them, or I might use my own, but obviously here you see the different tools that it brings. So it's a pretty complete beginner model, and hopefully it comes out looking nice, just as in the picture. So basically, this is the ship, and my first step will be to put the frame together, as well as the bulkheads, and that will be the next part. If you have any comments or suggestions, which I'll probably be asking People, if they can help me out with parts that I get lost with, please leave it in the comment section, and hope you enjoy. Have a good night.